Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be doing a video on my PlayStation collection. I haven't done one since last year. I have some new games, but nothing like, I didn't get like over 30 or 40 new games, but I got some new ones. But before I get into the video itself, I just want to give a shout out to Game & Shocks. I just recently subbed to his channel. He seems like a really cool dude. He does a lot of pickups videos, like hauls and stuff, and collection videos, and he does a lot of like random like blind playthroughs. I myself am more of a fighting game person because that's really like my genre of gaming. But except for Area 51, I did that entire playthrough. But I will say I kind of want to do another one, and I do have an idea on what game I want to play, and it would probably, well, not probably, more than likely will be Gladiator Sword of Vengeance, but I'm not too sure. I guess I'll just see how that goes. But I will leave a link in the description to Game & Shocks' channel, so you guys check him out. So, let's begin. Now, I'll start with the only long box game that I have, and that is Mortal Kombat 3. Now, crazy story about this game. There is a very rare version of Mortal Kombat 3 with a alternate case, meaning like it's just a standard CD case. Now, that version on eBay, I looked, and it goes for, I think, $1,500. And it's crazy because all you're literally paying for is a case. I know because I own both versions. I own the smaller case version and the long box, as you see, and there's nothing different. There's nothing exclusive to that version. It's just the case. I kid you not. You're literally paying for just the case, which is crazy because, I mean, I paid like $5 for that copy. But I have this one now. I got rid of it long ago like an idiot. But yeah, that's what happens when you're a dumb teenager. Continuing on, we have Grand Theft Auto. This is a part of the collector's edition, of course. I do have both the other two games. I haven't really played this too much, but from what I have played, it's pretty good. Grand Theft Auto London. This is also a part of the collector's edition. Now, how you play this game is really bizarre. What you have to do is you have to put the game into the system, wait for it to load, it'll tell you to take it out and put in Grand Theft Auto. Wait for that to load, it'll tell you to take Grand Theft Auto out and put back London. And then you can start playing. It's a really weird process, but that was how they were able to do it at the time. Grand Theft Auto 2. Again, I haven't really played these too much because I don't have an extra memory card to save the games, and I really should be getting a new one soon so I can play all the other games that I own. But yeah, from what little I have played it, it's fun. And it's another Grand Theft Auto is another series that I actually have all the games for. The last ones that I needed were Chinatown Wars and the first three. They came out for the PlayStation. Next we have Konami Arcade Classics, a really, really great compilation. It has about 10 games in total. Yeah, 10 games. Next we have Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Midway Collection 2. Now, little interesting story. This game on eBay goes for maybe $20+ depending on who you buy it from. And I found that copy you're looking at right now for like $4 and some change, which really surprised me. But it's actually a really cool compilation. I will say though, the menu is horrifying to look at. It's very creepy. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of freaked me out a little bit because the models just look so hideous. Yeah, there are seven games on here. Really great compilation though. Next is Atari Anniversary Edition Redux. Another really great compilation. I have Atari Anthology for the PlayStation 2 and Atari Classics Evolved for the PSP, which have way more games. But you'd be surprised that certain compilations for previous consoles have different things that, you know, maybe one on the more current gen don't have. So I always like to try them out and see what's different. But this one has 12 games in total, and there's an interview with Nolan Bushnell, who was the founder of Atari, which is pretty cool. And that same interview is also on Atari Anthology. Next is Activision Classics. Yeah. Activision Classics, but for some reason on the cover it says a collection of Activision classic games for the Atari 2600. Ridiculously long name. I don't know why they didn't just simply call it Activision Classics, but they did. 30 games in total. I do have Activision Anthology for the PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance, which have more than 30 games. And Atari, no, I'm sorry, not Atari, Activision Hits Remix for the PSP, and that one I think has 44. Next is Intellivision Classic Games. That's what it says on the side, but again, a ridiculously long name, so we're just going to call it Intellivision Classic Games. This one also has 30, and what's cool about this one is that it has interviews with some of the developers, I think, at the time that this compilation was being made. I'm not exactly sure if it was made like in the 80s or 70s or whatever, but they're really cool. I'm a big nerd for that kind of stuff. I love watching those behind the scenes and developer interviews. Next is Namco Museum, Volume 1. This compilation is really good. There's 7 games? 7 or 6? I don't remember. Yeah, 7. Okay, there we go. You can explore a virtual museum. You can look at magazine covers for certain games when they were released in Japan. You can also view like memorabilia, like little toys and stuff like that. What else? You can also look at the circuit board or the motherboard for the arcade machine. And what's cool is that each game has its own room that is themed after the game. So that's really, really cool. They definitely put a lot of effort into this compilation. Now, volumes 2, 4, and 5 are ridiculously expensive. And I can't really say they're hard to find because you could just easily find them on eBay, but you're going to pay like a very pretty penny for them, because I think volume 2 is I think 100, and mind you, that's a pre-owned copy. So you can imagine how much a sealed copy would be. I think the last time I checked, it was like $300 for a sealed copy. So yeah, you're paying a lot of money for them. Next is Namco Museum Volume 3. Again, similar to Volume 1, you know, the museum layout and everything like that. So this one has 6 games in total. Next is Tekken, the franchise that people know, love, and some people hate. Not everyone likes Tekken. This game didn't age all that well, but I kind of go back to it from time to time, if you could believe that. I don't know, I think it's okay. It's not as bad as everyone like makes it out to be, especially like by today's standards. Tekken 2, really, really, really fantastic game. This was a game that me and my cousin played together a crap ton. So yeah, it's a really, really great game. Tekken 3, considered the best by pretty much everyone. Everyone who's like a fighting game fan will say like Tekken 3 is the best. This or Tekken Tag Tournament is like the debatable ones. So yeah, really, really great game. Next is a game that's very special to me, and that is Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Now, I grew up playing Trilogy for the longest time, and I played it when I was like 6, which is like the worst age to play Mortal Kombat, I know, but I mean, I never had any desire to imitate anything that I've seen in Mortal Kombat because it's ridiculously violent, but Mortal Kombat is a very special game to me because it was a big part of my childhood, and it's honestly the big reason why I'm even a gamer now. So as corny as it's going to sound, Mortal Kombat Trilogy holds a very special place in my heart, so I love the game. And I know there's people who don't like the game for their reasons, and I completely respect that. Not everyone's going to like the same things you do. Next is Mortal Kombat 4, another game that I played with my cousin a crap ton. We had so much fun playing this game together. Yeah, a lot of really fun memories playing this game. Really, really great. Next is the King of Fighters 99. Now, in terms of the main series, this was the only one that I needed. I had 94 through 98, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, you know, and etc. But this was the only one that I needed in terms of the main story. And yeah, really, really happy I finally have it, and it's actually a pretty good game. Next is another game that also means a lot to me, and I have a lot of fun playing it, Wu-Tang Shaolin Style. I actually did a playthrough of this, which was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed doing the playthrough of that. And it was just one time. I do want to play the game a little more with different characters, but I have to get the hang of everybody else, like how I did with Deception. But Deception I had the majority of my life growing up, so. But this game is really, really great. And you would think like the nostalgia goggles would come off when you start playing the game again years later, but they never, I don't know, it still seems fun. I don't really have any negative things to say about the game, honestly. I mean, it is pretty hard, I will say that. It will definitely kick your ass. Next is Dead or Alive. First time I ever owned the first Dead or Alive game, and it's pretty good. I actually really, really like it. It's a little difficult, but I mean, that's a given. Doesn't really bother me, but it's still a really great game though. Darkstalkers 3. First time I ever played a Darkstalkers game. Never played them before. I mean, obviously, of course, because at this one place that I went to called Fun Depot, never had Darkstalkers, and it's like an arcade place, pretty much. And I mean, the closest thing you could probably say that I played that was Darkstalkers related was Capcom Fighting Evolution, but yeah, I just had the characters, and it wasn't really a Darkstalkers game. But I've seen playthroughs of it, and it looked really, really fun, so I figured I would get my hands on a game. And this one was good. I actually like it. It's not bad. Next is Bloody Roar 2. Now, I know there's a lot of Bloody Roar fans, but I don't know, this game didn't pull me in like that. It's an okay fighting game. It's just not... It wasn't good to the point where I want to get the rest of the games, like the rest of the sequels and stuff, but I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what it was. It just didn't pull me in like that. But it's still a fun game, though. Next is a game that is considered better than Final Fantasy VII, from what people have told me. The Legend of Dragoon. A really, really, really good RPG game. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but it's really, really, really great. I've put in maybe like 10 hours into like the first disc, and mind you, it has 4. So yeah, it's okay. And yeah, come on. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, a really, really great game. They, from what I remember reading or hearing, I seen that they said that they were going to make a sequel for this, but I don't remember what happened. I think they got as far as concept art, and that was it. Speak of the devil, Final Fantasy VII. Considered one of the best games of all time. And if you don't believe me, it says it right there. So I can't really agree because I'm still relatively new to Final Fantasy VII, as well as RPG games in general. So yeah, it's really good so far. Final Fantasy VIII. A pretty good game. I haven't played too much of it, but it's not bad. I will be like, it took me a long time to actually finally play this game because I didn't have a memory card for the PlayStation for me to play it. But I ended up buying one like a few months ago, and I was able to save the game, so I've been playing it here and there. Next is Gran Turismo 2. A really, really good game, and I was under the impression that I had a complete copy. Come to find out, it actually came with 2 manuals. One of them was the user manual, and the other one was a reference. I thought the reference manual was the actual manual for the game, and yeah. But I do have a complete copy now because I found a replacement manual for the game on eBay for like $5. So, next is Twisted Metal. Really, really, really great game. This was another big game that was a part of my childhood. I played it a lot, and yeah, a lot of really fun memories playing this game. It's another series that I have all the games for, which I'm a big fan of Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal 2, arguably considered the best in the series. It's between 2 and Black that a lot of people are like debate with. So I can see why this game is the best because it's really, really great. I remember playing this a lot as a kid, but I mean, I don't know. Like when I was younger, I always thought that Twisted Metal 2 and 1 were the same. I don't know why. I just did. So, yeah, Twisted Metal 3. Not as bad of a game as everyone made it out to be. I know a lot of people say like Twisted Metal 3 is like a terrible game, but I genuinely don't think it's that bad. Everyone makes it out to be like the unholy child of Twisted Metal, but I don't know. It seems okay. It's not terrible. It doesn't play horribly, but that's just my opinion. Next is Twisted Metal 4. Now, it's weird because I have memories of Twisted Metal 1 and 2. Now, my older sister said that we had Twisted Metal 3 when I was younger. And it's weird because I have no memory of that. Like, you would think that maybe looking at the cover, it would kind of, like, spark a memory, but nothing. I know we didn't have this one because I would have remembered that cover. But from first time playing it, it's not bad. It's okay. Next is Twisted Metal Small Brawl. A really good game, and when I was younger, I was under the impression that this was a game inspired by Twisted Metal because, again, I was a kid and I didn't really know any better. And I thought it was like toy RC cars, pretty much, and I thought it was a game inspired by Twisted Metal, but with toy cars. Come to find out, it actually was a Twisted Metal game. So, ironic. But it's a really, really great game, though. Vigilante 8, a game similar to Twisted Metal. It takes place in the 70s, and it has a more serious story compared to compared to Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal has had a sort of serious but comedic story, but this one is actually pretty good, and it was actually re-released under the Greatest Hits label. Now, weird thing is that you would think the Black Label version of Vigilante 8 would be more expensive. Come to find out, the Greatest Hits version is more expensive to the Black Label version, which is weird. Vigilante 8 Second Offense. Now, this one is really good too, but I did read on Wikipedia that the game didn't sell all that well, I think. It didn't do well financially, and that was the reason why any ideas for a sequel were completely scrapped, which kind of sucks because I would have really liked to see how this game went off in terms of making more sequels like Twisted Metal. But all we got were the first two, and I think it would have been better that way. Next is Star Wars Demolition. Pretty much Twisted Metal meets Star Wars, the best way that I can put it. It's made by the same people who did Vigilante 8, 1, and 2, so that's pretty cool. This was actually one of the games that I got for Christmas for myself. And I actually got it a couple days before Christmas. So when I got it, I played it a lot, and yeah, it's pretty fun. You get to unlock some vehicles in the game. So I haven't done it all yet. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. Again, another game that I play with my cousin a lot. And yeah, I remember it was a Star Wars game, but I couldn't figure out what it was called. And JonTron did a little mini series called Starcade, and this was one of the games that he played. And when I found out what it was called, I immediately looked it up on, I think it was eBay or jjgames.com, and I bought myself a copy a week or so later. But yeah, really happy to finally have this game. I remember playing this a lot when I was a kid, just the demo only. Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Alright. Next is Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. This game actually isn't bad. A lot of people say it's a terrible game, but I think it's okay. It's way better than Special Forces. Way better. Way, way better. But the thing, though, is that it doesn't have any replay value, so that kind of sucks. Nightmare Creatures. Again, this is another game that I played as a kid, but it was just a demo. Didn't know what it was called. And another YouTuber by the name of Kadikarus who did a review on this. And thanks to him, I found the name of the game and I purchased it. I don't remember. I think a few weeks later. I don't remember. But I knew I wanted to get it when I found out what it was called. They made a sequel, but I haven't gotten to that one yet. I haven't bought the game, but I do want to get it though. Next is Gex. This was a game that I played a lot as a kid with my cousin. Again, we had so many fond memories playing this game. I didn't know what the hell to do in the game. I just watched him play. So, but like, you know, as I got older, I ended up playing the game like a few times after that, and it was a long time before I got my hands on this game again. So it's really, really fun. I enjoy Gex. Next is Dino Crisis. Now, okay, I think dinosaurs is a more terrifying concept than zombies, because this game is made by the same people who did Resident Evil, or the producers of Resident Evil. I think dinosaurs are scarier to, like, compared to zombies when you're getting chased, because dinosaurs are way faster than zombies are. And, like, yeah, I don't know, like, I'd be petrified if I ran, like, if a dinosaur was chasing me rather than a zombie, because at least with a zombie I could just whack it in the head with a baseball bat and they die immediately. But yeah, dinosaurs are probably way scarier when you're running away from them compared to a zombie. But it's a really, really good game. I like it. Plays very similar to Resident Evil, the tank controls and stuff like that. So I haven't finished it, but I will be getting around to it. I know they made a sequel, but I won't be getting that one anytime soon, mainly because I just want to finish the first game. SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge. Okay, now this is another game that I played as a kid, and I absolutely loved it. When I got the game again years later, I thought it would still be as fun as it was when I was a kid. It didn't age all that well. I'm not going to say it's a terrible game, but I'm not going to say it's like a great game, because like the good SpongeBob game I would say goes to Battle for Bikini Bottom. I'm not going to lie, I actually played that. Like, I played it years ago, but it was fun. I actually enjoyed that one. But this one is okay. Next is Wild 9. I would say this is really an underrated game. Really, really fun. I played this a lot as a kid. My brother owned the game, and I used to play the absolute hell out of this game. I played the demo, and then my brother, I think, borrowed the game from a friend. I'm not too sure. But I played it a bunch. That I do know. But yeah, a lot of fond memories playing this game again. Finding it again after so many years of not seeing the cover, let alone playing the game. Next is Rayman. Another game that me and my brother had in our house growing up. Really, really fun game. Like, playing it now, it's ridiculously hard. It can be unforgiving at times, but it's still a fun game though. But yeah. Next is Tenchu Stealth Assassins. A game that my cousin introduced me to. Played it a lot, and yeah, I had a lot of fun playing this game. My favorite, honestly, is Wrath of Heaven, still. But yeah, it's a really, really good game, though, nonetheless. Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassins. Another really, really good game. This actually is a prequel to the Tenchu series. Now, how you are supposed to play it, I think it's 2, 1, and then 3. I think that's the right order. Well, yeah, it should be. Yeah, they're really, really great games. I do want to get Fatal Shadows, which is technically the 4th game, but it seems like that game is kind of scarce now. 007, The World Is Not Enough. My first James Bond game. Never, like, I seen my cousin play, what was it? Agent Under Fire a lot. My brother and him used to play the game together all the time. I used to sit there and watch them play it, but this was the first 007 game that I got. I ended up getting Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, Everything or Nothing later on. But yeah, this one isn't bad. I think this is based off of the movie. I'm not too sure. Next is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now this game is actually not that bad. It's okay. I actually remember playing this as a kid. I rented it from Hollywood Video. Remember that? Remember Hollywood Video? My God, I feel so old. But yeah, it's a really, really great game though. I like it. Now I have Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3, but they're not complete, so. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot, the original. I do want to get Insane Trilogy, but for right now I have the originals and I'm completely okay with that. Really, really great game though. Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Now, the copy that I got, or this exact one that you're looking at, I bought it at a Goodwill for like $1.50. Now, mind you, this game is scratched to hell, but it works like it's brand new. Like, I've never had any issues with the game. I was able to play through it all the way without any issues, which genuinely surprised me considering the amount of scratches that is on this game. That's on the game. So, next is Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. I don't have the cover / manual for it, but I mean I could just always buy a replacement, which is no big deal. So yeah, really really awesome. Next is WWF SmackDown. I have almost all of the WWE games for the PlayStation 2 except for was it SmackDown Know Your Role? Wait, no, that's this next one. Just Bring It, there we go, that's the one. But yeah, I remember playing this game a lot as a kid too. My brother bought it because we were like big WWF fans at the time. I don't watch wrestling anymore, mainly just because of how bad the product is nowadays. I don't really like how the way it is now. WWF SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. Another really fun game. I think we had both of them. I'm not too sure. I mean, they were literally similar to each other. Like, nothing was different, I think. I mean, I played them both, and they both seemed the same. So, but yeah, really, really great game, though. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. A game that my brother and I played a lot together. Well, okay, not together. We played a lot. He would play on his own time. I would play it on my own time. I would play as Spider-Man, and he would too. But it was just really cool to see Spider-Man in a skateboarding game. But yeah, really really fun game. And then after this one, like they kind of went crazy with their guest characters. Like three had Wolverine and Darth Maul. 4 had Jango Fett, Iron Maiden, Eddie. I think Underground had Iron Man. Oh my god, I can't remember the other two because there were 2 other characters, and I know for a fact I think one of them was Iron Man, but I could be wrong. And you had to beat the game on easy, normal, and hard to unlock those characters, which sucked. And there was no cheat codes to unlock them. I had wanted to try them out, but I had to do it the old-fashioned way. But I mean, the hard difficulty was a pain in the ass, but I did it, and yeah. Toka Championship Racing. I was gonna say Toka Race Driver, but I didn't, thankfully. But yeah, Toka Championship Racing, a pretty good game. It's not bad. Need for Speed High Stakes. I think this was my first Need for Speed game, and then I ended up finding Most Wanted for the PS3, which was that limited edition version. So I do want to get the original. I'm probably going to get the original Most Wanted this Friday. I'm going to order it this Friday. But yeah, not a bad game. Next is Qbert. My mom actually is a big fan of Qbert, and I figured I would give the game a shot. What's cool about this one is you could actually play the original Qbert, and then you can play the new version. So that's pretty cool. So you get to play the original and the new version in this game. Pong, the next level. This one isn't bad. I honestly prefer the original Pong, but that's just my opinion. So, yeah. And lastly is a pretty obscure game, Team Buddies. I have no idea what this game is about. It's like a little village of happy mighty beans, I think, with Rayman limbs. It's a very weird concept. And then like these crates with weapons just come down, like drop down, and they all start shooting each other for some reason. I don't know why. But it's a very bizarre game. But I did find out that this game is very expensive, like $300 expensive, which is insane because I didn't pay for this game. Like a friend of mine gave it to me. He's like, "Do you want it?" I don't like the game. I don't know why I have this. So I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take it." Yeah, when I found that out, I was I was genuinely surprised because I didn't think a game like this would be as expensive. Will be as expensive as it was or is still. But yeah, it's okay. I played maybe about like an hour or so of the game, and it's just really bizarre. So yeah, that is my PlayStation collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have a good day. Most importantly, stay safe. And I will see you guys on the next video. Alright guys, take care. Bye-bye.